Hello everyone. In today's session, we're going to discuss about algebra of convergent sequences. First, what about sum of two convergent sequences? In fact, the sum of two convergent sequences is convergent. Or, in other words, if the limit of xn as n tends to infinity is equal to x and limit as n tends to infinity yn is equal to y, then we have to show that sum of these two sequences converges to x plus y. That is, limit as n tends to infinity xn plus yn is equal to x plus y. Let's prove this one. As usual, since they are given limit as n tends to infinity xn equal to x and limit as n tends to infinity yn is equal to y, we knew the epsilon form of this by the definition of limit of a sequence. For given epsilon greater than 0, there exists positive integer say m1 such that mod xn minus x is less than some epsilon by 2 for n greater than or equal to m1, and mod yn minus y is less than epsilon by 2 for some positive integer n, some positive integer m2 belongs to n such that mod yn minus y is less than epsilon by 2 for n greater than or equal to m2. That means if you draw the picture of this, the graph of the first one starting from m1 converges to x, and the graph of second one starting from m2 converges to y. And we know that m1 and m2 both are natural numbers. So if you draw them on number line, either m1 comes first, m2 comes next, or m2 comes first, m1 next, or m2 and m1 may be one and the same. If they are one and the same, then we don't have any problem. Both the graph starts from the same problem. Same common natural number. Suppose if m1 comes first and m2 comes next, then the first graph starts from m1 and the second one starts from m2. So the question is, we can see the convergence from m1 for the first graph and for m2 from second graph. But I want a common region where both the graph appears to converge to x and y respectively. So suppose m1 comes first and m2 comes next, then the first graph starts from m1 converging from m1 and the second graph start converging from m2. That is the difference between, from that m1 all the terms of the sequence with x, the distance is less than epsilon by 2, and from m2 the distance between all the terms of the sequence with y is less than epsilon by 2. But I want a common region. That is possible from m2 because the first graph is coming from m1 and the second one is coming from m2 and both the graph appears from m2. So all the points which are starting from m2, for those terms of the sequence, it is converging, or the distance between those points of the sequence with x is less than epsilon by 2 and the points of the sequence of yn with y is less than epsilon by 2. So we have to take the common range for both of them as m2. So let me choose m as maximum of m1 and m2 because m2 is the maximum. If m1 is the maximum, I would have started from m1. So you have to draw the graph from maximum of this. So let me take m is equal to maximum of m1 and m2. Then both of them are true. So mod xn minus x is less than epsilon by 2 and mod yn minus y is less than epsilon by 2 for n greater than or equal to n. Now we have to show that limit of this is equal to x plus y. But if you write this one in epsilon form, what is the meaning of this? For given epsilon greater than 0, there is a positive integer m such that distance between these two is less than epsilon for n greater than or equal to m. Now, we have already given n is greater than or equal to m. Now let us consider epsilon also. For epsilon greater than 0, there exists a positive integer m such that n is greater than or equal to m. Now consider this and show that this is less than epsilon. Now mod xn plus yn minus x plus y is given. Now separate the terms like this. Xn minus into x is minus x. Let me write that one as one group plus yn minus y as another group. Now this is of the form mod a plus b. What is your mod a plus b? We knew that mod a plus b is less than or equal to mod a plus mod b. Apply that result, then you'll get less than or equal to mod xn minus x plus mod yn minus y. But we knew that whenever n is greater than or equal to m, our mod xn minus x is less than epsilon by 2. So this is less than epsilon by 2 plus mod yn minus y is also less than epsilon by 2. So epsilon by 2 plus epsilon by 2 is epsilon. Therefore, we have proved that mod xn plus yn minus x plus y is less than epsilon for n greater than or equal to m. Hence, that implies that limit as n tends to infinity xn plus yn is equal to x plus y. That means sum of two convergent sequence is convergent because this limit is unique and finite. This completes the proof of the theorem. Now let us move on to next theorem. This theorem is same as the sum of two convergent sequences convergence theorem. But here, instead of sum, they are given difference. So just you have to write the same thing. You have to write the proof by the same line as you have done theorem 6. Only thing, instead of plus, you are having minus here. So if you multiply by minus n, you will get minus as common here. But we knew that mod of a minus b is also less than or equal to mod a plus mod b. Apply that formula, you will get the answer. So the proof of this theorem is same as the earlier one. It is going by the same line, only instead of sum, they are given difference. That's it. Now the next theorem is product of two convergent sequences convergent. So let me take two convergent sequence xn and yn and assume that they are convergent. Therefore xn converges to x and yn converges to y. Then we have to show that their product xn into yn converges to xy. Right? But we knew by the definition of limit of a sequence, limit of this means there exists some epsilon greater than 0. For given epsilon greater than 0, there exists some positive integer m1 such that mod xn minus x is less than some epsilon 1. Here instead of epsilon, I have taken epsilon 1. This one is also epsilon 1. Right? For n greater than or equal to m. Since limit as n tends to infinity yn equal to y, for given epsilon 1 greater than 0, there exists positive integer m2 such that mod yn minus y is less than epsilon 1 for n greater than or equal to m2. But as I told you in the earlier theorem, you have to take a common range for n. So let me choose m as maximum of m1 and m2, then both the graph appears for these values. That is mod xn minus x is less than epsilon 1 and mod yn minus y is also less than epsilon 1 for n greater than or equal to m. But remember, we are having a property which says that every convergent sequence is bounded. Since your sequence yn is convergent, this is bounded also. Let me assume this is bounded by some positive number k. That is, mod yn is less than or equal to k. That means your yn lies in between minus k and plus k. That is minus k less than or equal to yn less than or equal to k for all n belongs to n. Now, we have to show that limit as n tends to infinity xn into yn is equal to xy. What is the epsilon form of this? For given epsilon greater than 0, there exists a positive integer m such that mod xn yn minus xy will be less than epsilon for n greater than or equal to m. Now already we have chosen n is greater than or equal to m and already we have chosen this. Therefore, just consider this mod xn yn minus xy and show that this is less than epsilon. So let me consider this and let me add and subtract by x into yn. You can also do by add and subtracting by x and y. Here I am adding and subtracting by x into yn. Now in the first two terms your yn is common, and in the next two terms x is common. Take out them. Now this is of the form mod a plus b. What is your mod a plus b? It is less than or equal to mod a plus mod b. Again it is of the form mod ab. What is your mod ab? Mod a into mod b. Mod a into mod b. If I apply that, then you will get this one. But remember, your mod yn is less than or equal to k. So I can write this is less than or equal to k. And your mod xn minus x is less than epsilon 1. Therefore, I am writing less than instead of less than or equal to, because a stricter inequality is here. Less than, this is k into epsilon 1 plus mod x. It's a unique and finite value. And mod yn minus y is also less than epsilon 1. Now let us call this one as epsilon, because k is fixed, epsilon 1 is constant, mod x is also fixed, epsilon 1 is constant. So product of this will be a constant term, and let us call that one as epsilon. Then we got mod xn into yn minus xy is less than epsilon for n greater than or equal to m. That implies that limit as n tends to infinity, xn by n is equal to xy. That means we have proved that product of two convergent sequence is convergent. Now let us move on to next. Ratio of two convergent sequences convergent, or if limit as n tends to infinity xn equal to x and limit as n tends to infinity yn equal to y, where y is not 0, then we have to show that limit as n tends to infinity xn by yn is equal to x by y. But remember, just now we proved that limit as n tends to infinity xn into yn is equal to limit of xn into limit of yn, which is equal to x into y. So I'll use that theorem here. Now, first of all, what they had given that limit as n tends to infinity xn equal to x and limit as n tends to infinity yn equal to y. So by epsilon form, let us assume that there is, for given epsilon 1 greater than 0, there exists positive integer m1 and m2 such that mod xn minus x is less than epsilon 1 for n greater than or equal to m1, and mod yn minus y is less than epsilon 1 for n greater than or equal to m2. And as usual, we'll consider maximum of these values, then both of them is true for that value. But we know that every convergent sequence is bounded, and your yn is also bounded. Therefore, there exists some positive integer k such that mod yn is less than or equal to k for all n belongs to n. These are one and the same. I have written in the same lines as that of the above theorem. But what we have to show? We have to show that limit as n tends to infinity xn by yn is equal to x by y. But this can be written as limit as n tends to infinity xn into 1 by yn, and we know that we can apply the limit separately, so that this becomes limit as n tends to infinity xn into limit as n tends to infinity 1 by yn. And we know the limit of this, which is x, but we don't know what is the limit of this. But we have to get x by y, that means this has to be 1 by y. So we have to show that limit as n tends to infinity 1 by yn is equal to 1 by y. If we prove this, then we are through. So let us prove this one. How to show? If you want to show this one, then what do you have to show? You have to show that for given epsilon greater than 0, there exists a positive integer such that mod 1 by yn minus 1 by y is less than epsilon for n greater than or equal to m. Let us prove this one. Already we have chosen n is greater than or equal to m. So let us consider mod 1 by yn minus 1 by y and show that it is less than epsilon. Now consider this and take LCM, and we know that mod a by b can be written as mod a by mod b. We can take the modulus separately, and we know that mod a minus b is same as mod b minus a. Value will not change because of modulus. So mod of y minus yn can be written as mod yn minus y. And we know that mod AB can be written as mod A into mod B. Apply those properties, but we know that mod yn minus y is less than epsilon 1. So less than epsilon 1 divided by mod yn is less than or equal to k divided by k into mod y. Your epsilon 1 is arbitrary constant, k is also constant, mod y is also unique and fixed value. Let us call this as epsilon. Then mod 1 by yn minus 1 by y is less than epsilon for n greater than or equal to m. We are through. We have proved that limit as n tends to infinity, 1 by yn is equal to 1 by y. Substitute that one here. This is x into 1 by y, which is x by y. Hence, the ratio of two convergent sequences convergent. And this completes the proof. Thank you.